Let's hear some amazing chants from our amazing chantess, Sophia. Hype up the crowd.
Okay. Whoa, hi everyone. Okay, one of the reasons we're gathered here is to commit to funding the Go TTC transfer. So paying double fares isn't fair. Say it with me, paying double fares isn't fair. Fund Go TTC transfer, show you care. Fund Go TTC transfer, show you care. Say it with me, paying double fares isn't fair. Fund Go TTC transfer, show you care. Come on. Okay, so reminder for us, whose streets? Whose streets? Whose lanes? Whose transit? And now I'll hand it back to our MC to introduce the next speaker.
Give her a round of a hand. That was amazing. All right, we're going to introduce Ty. We're going to be introducing Ty from the Scarborough Campus Student Union. The Scarborough Campus students have played a key role in working with TTC riders to win support for bus-only lanes on Eglinton East. Give it a round for Ty.
Good afternoon. My name is Ty Dylan Higashihara, and I have the great privilege of being Vice President of External for the University of Toronto Scarborough Students Union. As a student who lives in East York and travels to Scarborough, I am a frequent user of the TTC. Particularly salient is the issue of the Scarborough RT, as a key route for me and my fellow students who live further away from campus. This is why funding free transfers between GO and TTC will unlock access to transit within Scarborough, and particularly as students cannot afford 2 fares. This is critical when accessing education. I am sure I don't have to tell everyone here about the merits of implementing sound and equitable transit. The issue of the RT closure is an issue of sound and equitable transit. Those students who rely on this transit, this can lead to direct academic performance, but also effects on their mental health, as unequal access and poor planning can cause undue stress within a commute. Hence, this issue of what to replace the Line 3 is critical. Students are one of the largest voting groups within Toronto and Ontario. Hence, the issue of public transit is critical for students, as we must mobilize to secure a transit system that doesn't leave behind key constituencies and aid in a genuine people's recovery. The TTC service is vital, especially when implementing adequate, frequent, and accessible service within my own community. This is something I care about deeply, and my fellow students as well. With that being said, when examining the possible options of replacing the Scarborough RT that satisfies the needs of our community, it should take into account bus lanes during the time it takes to turn the bus corridor into a busway. Furthermore, given the recent IPCC report, it is clear that not only the TTC must utilize electric buses, but it should also strive to keep existing infrastructure in order to be used for the community. This will help fulfill our shared commitment to prevent the disastrous consequences of a 2-point increase in global temperatures, which students currently will feel the lion's share of the effects. Since the RT corridor is already being widened to accommodate busways, it should also accommodate bike lanes and green spaces for the community. In addition to our climate commitments, as a student living in a city that is increasingly unaffordable, access to public transit is vital as it makes accessing the city practical. This is an equity issue that public transit can help to alleviate. The replacement of the Scarborough RT must be done with a replacement plan that does not ignore segments of our own community. More funding means more frequent and reliable service, lower fares, and the TTC is already facing a shortfall of budget shortfalls for many years to come that riders must bear the burden for. We need a recovery that is inclusive, especially in regards to students and those in lower income and racialized communities. Further, the plan must have frequency of service intact and must service key constituencies such as students. Thank you so much for giving me the time to speak. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ty, for sharing the perspective of the students' lives in Scarborough campus, UTSC. But UTSC isn't the only post-secondary institution in Scarborough. Centennial College has also received the blunt end of no trans expansion, and so it's my privilege to invite Tima Shaw from the Centennial College Students Association.
Hello all. You've already heard the facts. You've already heard what we wanted. I'm Tima. I am the president at Centennial College Student Association. Our college has 19,000 students. Our biggest campus is Progress Campus in Scarborough. Our second campus, we also have a second campus in Scarborough. And from our 19,000 students, more than half of our students are international students. They are new immigrants to Canada. They are going to start using this line, and as soon as they start using it, it's going to be taken away. The transit options for them are not going to be great, and for the rest of our domestic students, most of our domestic students rely on OSAP. They're not coming with a lot of fundings to begin with, and now transit is becoming a barrier for them to access education and for them to access jobs. Our students are already working multiple part-time jobs in order to be able to fund for themselves, and not having accessible transit is not helping. So for all of the election candidates over here, I want you to know that I'm representing students who will not have the privilege of voting for you. They are not citizens yet, and they can't vote for you. But I want you to know that all of us here who are citizens and who are voting are representing all residents of Scarborough, those who can and who cannot participate in elections. So please support transit accessibility for those who need it for education and for reaching their jobs. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tima, for sharing the perspective of the lives of the students in Centennial College.